For most of human history, our solution to death has been to hide the evidence. We lower a body into a hole, cover it with earth, and let the soil handle the transition. Yet, in several cultures and eras, that standard expectation was set aside. Instead of relying on the earth, certain societies chose to display their dead in ornate boxes, keeping them above ground and fully visible inside their most sacred buildings. Nowhere is this more apparent than the imperial crypt in Vienna. Beneath a simple church, the Habsburg dynasty sits in massive rows of metallic boxes. There are no graves here. 149 royals remain exposed in gigantic bronze and lead sarcophagi. Turning a church into a showroom for the dead required a massive architectural effort. These unburied boxes were designed to address specific concerns that a standard grave simply could not solve. For emperors and kings, the anonymity of the dirt was a threat to their legacy. Their status required a resting place that matched the authority they held while alive. They commissioned indestructible art pieces. Empress Maria Theresa's double sarcophagus features sculpted figures of the royal couple rising out of the bronze, a design meant to communicate power across centuries. In France, the monarchs at Saint-Denis used stone replicas of themselves placed directly on top of their tombs. With their eyes wide open and hands in prayer, these effigies created a scene of perpetual devotion rather than finality. By ensuring the public had to look at these massive metallic and stone boxes, the elite used the unburied coffin to project an immortal status, fighting back the threat of being forgotten. For the poor, the choice to remain unburied was often driven by a lack of resources. During the Middle Ages, the price of timber made a permanent wooden coffin a financial impossibility for a peasant family. To solve the wood shortage, churches offered the slit-kist, a reusable coffin with a latched bottom panel. Lowered into the grave, a priest triggered the release. The floor swung open, the body fell, and the empty shell was reused for the next funeral. Geography posed an even greater challenge. In Scandinavia, the winter ground froze so solid that digging was physically impossible. This forced the use of dead houses, freezing rooms attached to the church, where bodies were stacked in wooden boxes like cordwood, waiting for the spring thaw to finally allow for a burial. For these classes, remaining unburied was the visible result of economic necessity and a hostile environment. By the 1800s, a new psychological dread took hold, taphophobia, the fear of being buried alive by mistake. This panic inspired the safety coffin, an engineered box featuring a brass tube and a string tied to the deceased's hand. If they woke in the dark, they pulled the string, ringing a graveyard bell to alert the night watchman. While some feared the box was too secure, others worried it wasn't secure enough. Medical students frequently paid grave robbers to steal fresh cadavers for dissection. In Scotland, families guarded their dead with mort safes, heavy iron bars bolted over the grave to block anyone attempting to dig up the body. These innovations transformed the coffin into a piece of security hardware, functioning as an active vault designed to manage the specific paranoias of the era. Our modern caskets look very different from these mechanical historical boxes. We have settled on a standard rectangular design, heavily padded with soft fabrics. This design is intended to sanitize the experience. By creating a comfortable, bed-like environment, the casket supports the illusion that the deceased is simply resting. We have only recently begun to hide from the physical reality of death. In the Victorian era, families frequently practiced post-mortem photography, openly posing with their dead to keep a final record of their presence. Historical unburied displays were often jarring, but they provided a direct confrontation with mortality. Modern sanitization has reduced that immediate discomfort, but it has also obscured the gravity of the transition. This raises a final question. If we believe the essence of a person leaves at the moment of death, why do we invest so much in these empty boxes? The coffin serves the living. It provides a physical shape for the formless experience of grief, giving mourners a tangible object to focus on during a farewell. These boxes also function as specific historical records. They reveal exactly how a society managed its wealth, what technology it possessed, and which cultural fears defined its daily life. We build these structures to bridge the gap between our world and whatever comes next. Looking back at them provides a detailed map of our history, revealing how we navigated both our deepest anxieties and our lives.